Lately, I feel like my mind has been obstructed from making real progress, and that's because I've been distracted. Distracted by the thinking that it is possible to have balance between progress and enjoying yourself. But I realize that there's no balance to be found, right? Discipline is probably the most important thing. And I've been trying to find this balance, but it's really just been an excuse for me to be a bit lazy, undisciplined, to eat like whatever kind of pleasurable foods I want. And I've been doing that for like a week now, and already you can see like I look unhealthy. I've got like weird eye bags. My skin is really bad, okay? Like maybe you can't see it on the camera, but like my skin is really bad. And it didn't used to be this bad. Not only that, but because of this balance, I haven't like quit out the things that I really need to quit out for the moment. It's spending too much time on the screens, which is an ongoing battle. Or at least it used to be, because there's a balance of checking your Instagram like once or twice a day and messaging people and being connected. It's like I don't even care anymore. I've just turned off all the notifications, deleted all the apps. Like I haven't like even checked my YouTube comments or my YouTube studio things, which is like something that I used to do like all the time. Like it's weird because I don't find any value in the numbers that I've been getting on the analytics page, but it's the comments that I keep reading because it's really interesting. But also they're the most negative things ever. Like I don't want to be influenced by other people. I don't want to be influenced by you. And I'm sorry, bro, like I do enjoy reading people's opinions on things, but at the same time it's like, what is that going to do for me and my progress? Because as much as I enjoy the interactions that I should be having with my subscribers and people that can relate a lot to the things that I talk about, it's distracting me. It's keeping me away from my goals and achieving those goals. And in order to reach those big mountaintops, you have to start somewhere. And that often involves being disciplined enough to do the hard work, even when you don't feel like it. So even though I don't feel like recording right now, even though I don't feel like I don't ever feel like doing it, but I'm still gonna do it. And it also applies to the opposite of discipline, which is willpower, which is being able to reject something that you want, being able to resist a craving. Every time I see like so right now there's been like flapjack bites, there's croissants, there's pancakes, there is a lemon drizzle cake, and there's also like some kind of like tart in the fridge. Like there's just so much in the way of like desserts and stuff. Just thinking about it, okay, I'm getting like this weird feeling in my eyes. Like, does anyone else get this, where like you think of something either really sweet or really sour and you get like this weird like kind of weird feeling in your eyes? I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like it's there and it's fully visible, but I don't think I'm even resisting it. It's like I look at it and I just think that's just not edible. It's just not something I would eat. It's like, that's disgusting. Like I'm not gonna eat any processed food. It's the same thing with cigarettes and vaping, which is something that I have been struggling with, and I've been quite secretive about it. Like I haven't actually like said anything about this, but for the last month or so I've been smoking like non-stop. Like, well, I was smoking like, bro, so many cigarettes to the point where you can't even like keep count of it. Because it used to be the vape, because after my breakup I relapsed and I bought a packet of cigarettes and I bought a vape. I gave the cigarettes away to a homeless person who looked like he wanted them, but I kept the vape, and I kept vaping, and I was like, man, I'm sick of vaping, I hate vaping. So I bought cigarettes instead, because I thought, okay, I'm just going to count, like, if I reduce it to the cigarettes, then it's like, it's more disgusting. I'm more likely to quit because I know it's disgusting. I think smoking is just absolutely disgusting. It's just awful. But it's also the fact that, like, because I have to count how many cigarettes I do, it's like, it's more like trackable, whereas with vapes you can just vape anytime and you don't really like keep track of when you do it. Literally, since I've shaved my head, I have not even indulged in those cravings. Like, the feelings that I'm feeling right now, which are cravings and withdrawal, I'm not even labeling them as cravings or withdrawal. I'm just labeling them as weird sensations that I'm getting. If I feel super weird or like kind of out of it, it's not because it's withdrawal. I'm not even thinking like, okay, you know, I want a cigarette. I haven't even had that thought. And if I have had that thought of like thinking about, you know, it felt nice to indulge in that, it's like I just immediately snap it back and I'm like, but you don't want it. It's disgusting. It's the same with the junk food. It's all disgusting. The only things I can eat now are like meat, vegetables, fruit, Greek yogurt, and water, and black coffee. I've been struggling, like with my breathing. Like it's like there's something missing, and I'm just breathing through it. I'm being very mindful of it, and I'm really grateful that I've shaved my head and I'm a completely new person, because you could think that it's delusional, and sometimes I think it's a little bit delusional by how much I'm saying like, that's not me, like this is not the kind of person I am, I don't do that, I don't do that, I don't do that. It's helping though. It's helping a lot. Think about how many I think about how many times I've tried to quit in the past and I just end up relapsing after like 2 weeks, and it wasn't until I started to change my perception of cigarettes and think like, those are disgusting, I'm not the kind of person who does that. That was the only time I could stay clean for like 8 months or something. Then I relapsed because of Jamie, I guess. I've had this addiction, I used to have it, for 7 years. Like, I started smoking when I was 13, man. Smoking, vaping, you know, switching between the two. It was just something that was constantly in my life. And, you know, I'm gonna make sure I get through this. And I will let you know if I relapse, but I really don't think I will, because it's literally just not a problem for me. Like, this is the way that I'm thinking. Like, I'm so stern in the way that I'm thinking. And that's why I shaved my head, is because I'm going full monk mode, and the only way to do that is if I completely change the person that I am. You know, no more junk food. It's not like, oh, you can't have junk food. It's that you don't eat junk food. It's not that you can't smoke anymore. It's that you don't ever smoke. It's not that you can't use social media as much as you used to. It's that you don't spend your time on social media because it's a waste of time. I want to be more productive, and this is the way that I'm doing it, and it's helping a lot. There's no more balance, okay? Like, it just doesn't work. I've had to like realize that and reverse quite a lot of progress by, you know, being so feminine and getting like crushes on girls and talking to women that I know are just like not gonna help me at all. Like, when I think of my goals and I think of what's at stake if I don't achieve them, it just makes me realize like none of these distractions are worth it. Like, no cookie is worth risking the future where I end up becoming obese. Like, no cookie is worth that. So why would I ever eat a cookie? And you could say, you know, I'm getting more extreme with this, right? You could say that I'm becoming very extreme, but it's like, I'd rather be extreme and push myself to the 1% of people who would do something like this, who would shave their head and ultimately destroy their ego because they realize that they haven't been disciplined enough. I'd rather be in that category than the rest of people who, you know, they don't really give a fuck. They don't really care about progression or, you know, self-growth or whatever. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to risk being obese or risk not ever achieving my goals, because that's the most important thing for me right now. So yeah, I'll talk to you later.